that makes that even funnier. We win actually Wait, what can we win actually? So you can win a £10.
Serious hurt onto these buildings. Gabby has definitely come online by this point. Another buyback, this time used on Dusa. It's a nice one for them. Can they get anything out of these buybacks, though, besides just defending their racks? It feels so bad if that's all you get.
I'm thinking that's probably all they're going to get.
They're going to TP over. They want to find Fishman, and they're going to catch him here with the Coddle. Jumps in. Hex. Oh, Hex doesn't break it, though. Doesn't matter. Still dead. And they're going to try and go in and secure the Aegis, maybe. No, Storm is already there.
Roche?
Yeah, they're going to get it instead.
Oh, he's got the remnants in. That's one of my Roches running in and out. The remnants just mindlessly burning Roche away.
I mean, they ran down there, but it's a dire side Aegis. And so Refresher Shard going the way of Entity. They do have a quick little listen into that last fight, what ended up happening. Let's hear what they had to say.
I think we deeper. Oh, we still goes up. I'm pushing ops, I put ops. Where? Sure, I keep panga. I hide Relduza. Relduza. On me, help. Help me. I'm on this.
Killing Meadow.
The tank.
What's on?
Okay.
I got him. Okay. I can jump soon, Stormman. 1 sec. Oh.
Back.
Are scanning.
You can hear all that emphasis put just on the Tusa getting that disruption off, and then the duel. They were single track mind, and once she's gone, it's all done.
I like how they wipe 4 heroes and they just still so like serious and stone cold. Like there's no big pop off and they're like, oh, we got them, or like let's go, like we won this. They're just so focused right now, knowing that anything is still possible. We've seen quite a bit. It is insane that it's still 30%. That is unbelievable. And it's been like this all day. Every time we have these crazy long games, you look at Dota Plus, it's like, I'd say I am like 30%. They're not like 40K. There could be like 2 rapiers on the other team. It's like, nah, they could pull it out. And it's been right several times.
Yeah.
People have managed to claw back these huge leads right now in this patch. Nothing is feeling very safe. And again, that's why once more, we're going to hit 50 minutes. We might just hit an hour again, guys.
Yeah, it legitimately might happen. They're so far in the lead, but they do not want to walk high ground here. And likewise, all these gold, all this objective out on the map, it does mean that like sitting high ground feels a lot worse. And it kind of makes you feel like you have to get out there and do things on the map, but it's really difficult to do anything. It does also look like they got the double gem action going on right now between Pango and Coddle. So if they're out there, at least they're going to feel somewhat confident that they're not under vision, most likely. And yeah, immediately take that ward away there. But
I've done my timetables here. Is Cat only going to get this wisdom rune? I think he is. Oh, he's on point, this guy. Oh, wait. No, he's not. Wait,
remember.
Do your timetables.
There it is.
School was 4.
He's shadow blading in. Big play. Divine Llama is a monster right now. Has Abyssal Blade done in level 25.
Yeah, that is true. Stormstormer is also making his way through there. Imagine if they could somehow lock him down with a bash or an Abyssal Blade. Ooh, Gabby.
It's up top. Oh my god. Yeah, get out of there, Ducalis. You do not want to be messing around with those guys. He's just getting flared, man. He almost killed Ducalis with just the flares.
Jeez.
He had to dodge it. That was so much damage out from those.
Oh, Fishman, can you relax?
No. They take the Tormentor on Dire. No more shards to give out, but does get that golden experience. Yeah. And Aeon Disc now for Shadow Demon too. That is, he is really scary. Getting that Philosopher's Stone, all those stacks being built, and Katomi is just doing everything for him.
There's just no way you don't get disrupted.
Yeah.
Between Shadowblade, Blink, Aeon, Telescope. It just feels impossible to escape from. I'm going to grab a Lincoln Sphere here as well into Viola Core. But quick answer there from Watson. Also has his own Lincolns. Pair with his BKBs, that gets lower. Speaking of which, BKB was also purchased by Medusa, sitting in her stash right now as he's trying to finish up the Aghanim's Blessing recipe to get that infused.
Okay. I wonder if they're thinking they're just going to hold out for the next tier items on Luna. I feel like that's probably the play, right? Keep sending illusions out. You get further and further behind and just hope. I don't even know what items you hope for, but something.
I think Entity had a bit of a window here that maybe they could have utilized, but 30 seconds left in this Aegis. It's going to run out soon. I do think that typically some of the heroes can be tough for high grounding, but because of how firm the Ember is and the items he chose, it doesn't really matter because he's just going to Shiva's Guard, zip his way through while the triple flares are going, and they're going to have such good vision that I don't think high grounding is going to be much of a problem. They're mostly just going to try and kill you, which then opens up buyback issues. Currently, though, if they remember, Medusa has no buyback. She's still on cooldown for 2 more minutes.
Right. Same with Dawnbreaker.
Yeah.
So there was a window here with no buybacks on Radiant and all the rest of it. And, you know, I'm saying this again with a 33,000 gold lead, 34,000 gold lead. It just keeps going up. But if you're looking at, like, the state of Dota right now, this is not necessarily safe. We've seen comebacks much bigger than this before. And almost comebacks, too, a lot of times. I feel like a crazy person, but it's actually true.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I feel like that one was definitely high groundable, but I get it. I don't want to lose a game like this either. They might come back to regret it, though. I feel like you're just putting yourself in a more even situation by giving them a potential other chance at Roche.
Totally.
But
no, I agree. My point was more that I feel like, you know, the safe play can sometimes not always be actually the safe play because you have to go high ground at some point or take a fight at some point. And I mean, maybe their thought process is just we're always going to be able to take that good fight, but they need to make sure that they're not giving up any free information around the map and not giving away one of those Aegises. The other core right now is out on the map, getting down some wards and trying to just secure this area, it looks like, although I believe that the next Aegis is going to be up top. Should be, at least.
yeah, unless it's like instant, right? Yeah, if it's like instant, there'll be 30 seconds.
Right. Octarine Core Clockwork. Oh my God.
Why are all our pro games just turbo? They're just like, everyone gets their turbo items. It just takes a long time.
Look at his items. He has Yasha, Kaya, Octarine Core, Ags. This does so much damage. He's just melting creep waves with his level 20 talent.
So we did get Aghanim's Labyrinth. It's just in normal games.
You're right.
Exactly. Yeah, everyone just gets really farmed. It's fine. It is PvE for the most part. We only have 36 kills in 53 minutes. We've mostly killed creeps. We got 700 last hits, 650 last hits, 582 last hits.
Oh my God, they see Katomi walking. He's just strutting forward. They immediately run away. Although, Gabby, smoke breaks. Everybody's afraid. They're so scared, dude. Everybody is so scared. It's crazy.
That was actually a good choice.
Man.
That would have been a very bad decision to blink up there.
I know.
A lot of heroes.
Everybody just is not wanting to fight. It's a spooky time to play some Dota, man.
So is this where we talk about the long games now?
This is what I'm talking about. Yeah, we'll come up with something for next game, guys. Don't worry.
I'm gonna go on my SVG arc and just learn all the lore. I think like the kobolds and the rebellions and the Vools. I know he loves the Vools.
The Vool assassin is sick. That's my favorite creep.
That is your favorite. Yeah, you've always been all about that.
Do you remember what the activatable or the thing is called?
Is it Envenom?
It's Envenomed Weapon.
Oh, I was close.
It's really strong. I love the Envenomed Weapon.
I mean, we almost had Veno do that, right? I mean, we had that one patch where it was like, it just reduces all healing. Is this good?
Super nice. I liked it.
That went away. I had like another mini AA, but it was too much.
I mean, the Envenomed Weapon actually now is kind of insane, right? Because the duration for heroes is only 2 seconds, right? So it reduces regen for 2 seconds. But at the max level, it's 90%. So think about just like punching a Huskar with that, right? That's actually crazy how strong it is.
Someday, someone will make the play.
Doom's going to eat the Envenomed Weapon. Did Stormstormer spot the other core there? Oh, he sees him now. Oh, couldn't get him.
He must not have seen him. He hit Gleipnir.
Yeah, I think he probably didn't then, actually.
Yeah.
Every second that passes, if you look at the graph, you're getting further and further into
away
the favor
from God
of Luna. It just keeps going up. It's like, he shouldn't have waited. The Medusa cometh. It might not do anything, but there's a chance that it would be insane.
Oh, Field Core? Is he going for the Wisdom Rune? How bold is he?
Dun, 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 dun. Take the DD, bro. Yeah, he gets that one. All right, Roche is back up. Are they going to wait? Dude, what if they wait until daytime to take
don't say that. Don't say that.
What if they wait until daytime?
Why would they wait till daytime? That's so much worse.
Because then you get the Aghanims, right? Wait,
yeah, but then it's on their
Aghs?
side. Does everyone have Aghs?
Everybody has Aghs already. They all have Aghs.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my
Aghs
God.
Roche is so bad, man, because like by the time you get it, everyone has Aghs anyway, because it's like 60 minutes.
Oh, it's so true. All right, Field Core's going for the Wisdom Rune after seeing that, hey, guess what? They're getting the Aegis, so 24 for him.
Their third cheese. Perfect.
Yep. Where's the block of cheese?
I mean, honestly, it's shocking it hasn't happened yet.
Yeah, it really is. You think it would just happen by accident at some point.
They're going to add a recipe where you can just put 3 cheese together. I mean, what is the angle of this wedge? How many cheese do we need to complete one? It looks like maybe 5 to 6.
Yeah, it's true.
At that point, we just have a whole cheese, which should just be the block of cheese.
I like this.
Yeah.
Hey, Ducalis just got Aghs. That's pretty nice.
Oh, good. Now he won't care about Roche either.
Exactly. They're ready for it, man. Any other 25s? Let's see. Pango has it. Oh, they have 25.
Somebody in a 1v1.
I just hope it's not Trace. He doesn't have a good track record.
Yeah.
Right?
True.
That's true.
Maybe I could take down Trace.
He wants to keep playing chaotic positions, and that served him well so far. Interesting start.
Well, a chaotic position in this one is hard to imagine, but meanwhile, chaos is on the Magnus board. So let's head over to that one, and we see some pieces hanging. Black's attacking White's Queen on D1, the White Knight on H4. Is White forced to jump in with the Knight to keep the material balance?
Well, it's interesting, Tanya. That's the first move that comes to my mind. Jumping in, knight to f5, counterattack the Black Queen. But Magnus did just bring his knight to that square where it was attacked. So let's do a quick action replay of the last couple of moves. It looked like a very standard position around here. Of course, white has these doubled e-pawns, but black has pushed forward with g5, weakening himself somewhat. And now Magnus, knight to h4, beautiful move. Jumping in potentially to an outpost. If this knight is taken, it is actually poisoned, then suddenly you would live to regret this. This is a deadly pin, the knight and queen hit, and this knight is falling next move. This would end in a decisive attack against the black king. So the bait was not taken here, and bishop to g4. I wouldn't be surprised if Magnus moves the queen. I don't know where, but this attack feels like he's hoping not to have to avoid, not to go into an endgame simply. Even if that has brought him success so far. So knight f5, I think, is the safe option. We would see, for example, a trade such as this one. Queen's disappearing, and it would be 2 bishops versus 2 knights. And in a block position, maybe the knights are okay. But Magnus, he's going to move his queen, and there we go. Queen to e1. Same idea.
I like Magnus's choice because by keeping the queens on the board, it follows my rules. And I have a general rule, which is when the kings are weak, you should keep the queens on the board. You gotta attack, and there you go. And they're talking about attack. We do see Amin quickly move his knight to the edge to attack the light square bishop. Where is that piece gonna go? I expect it to slide. I was gonna say c2, but then I thought, what's it doing on that square? Why not just trade off a set of bishops and then start eyeing up the light squares again?
Yeah, if you trade these off, Simon, big attack.
Yeah. I mean, that looks like a really good choice, as you say, because you've got this beautiful square for the knight there. And I think also keeping the bishop was something you could have considered on the diagonal. And I just don't like the look of black's king side. Black's king side is so weakened, as Jovanka pointed out here. It's got loads of holes, isn't it, around it? And if you can ever get the white knight to just jump in at the right time, it's going to be a disaster for black. So black's got some problems to overcome in this situation, and yeah, he has moved the bishop back, so well found there, just trying to get rid of the defender of that square. It's also worth noting that the white knight can't really be captured because white will put black in a really horrible pin there, and black is just losing. So I don't even know what I'd do if I was black here. I mean, this is uncomfortable, I feel, for black, this position.
Yeah, I don't think you can afford to trade light squared bishops. That black bishop is needed to trade off for that white knight if it ever jumps in. So Amin has to just drop his bishop back somewhere and hope that Magnus cannot stir up any attack in the next few moves. Still not too much to worry about here, I think, but certainly...
It's Xantic. He tries to get out of there. They need a couple more hits on the Fisherman. It's not quite going to happen. Fallen Sky out.
Gyro?
Trying to take them down. Shad hitting, punching, beating into them. They don't quite have the damage yet. The swap in pulls them close. Remnant out. He's going to walk away fine. They have Pango and the Dawnbreaker dead for a while. All right, Shad finally getting a Hurricane Pike.
Look at Fishman just standing there. He took 2,100 damage from blade mails on that gyro cover. That's why he died.
Wow.
He just kind of got stuck in there, didn't BKB, and got annihilated. Hookshot in.
Jumps for it. They have that force staff ready for the, well, Medusa, but the duel is there. Do they have enough damage to bring her down? The swap, the damage reduction, keeping her alive. She's killing them all off. Shad walks back into the fountain, gets away with one. Gabby? Now the swap keeps him into the fountain. Gabby, push back in. Gabby dying to the fountain, and Gabby is gonna fall. The Ancient is exposed. Entity says, screw you guys. We're gonna end this game.
Can they?
They're gonna take it down. Game number 1 going to Entity.
All right, well, you know, just a casual lead. Sorcerer was grabbing his heart there for a second. Just, all right, whew. You know, no worries. My gyro bought back. Bots couldn't get back into the fight. Took him a second, but he made it there eventually.
Oh, man.
So, like, how many of these games have we had today now?
I don't know.
Every game. Like, what is going on today here, guys?
I don't know. They're so afraid.
Like, all right, let me just look at the games so far today here, okay? Is this actually real? All right, so we've had 83 minutes, 58 minutes, 44 minutes, 57 minutes, 81 minutes. And now 62 minutes.
Yeah, dude, this is one of the shorter ones. I don't know. I mean, I'm not sure what the hell you do. Just pick the later game team, or it's just when you get to these crazy scenarios, like everybody's just afraid.
This is
it's awesome.
This is unbelievable. I don't even know, man. This is just crazy.
I'm loving it. Obviously, a very stressful situation for these players. This moment right here, 25 minutes in, did feel like it was one of the huge fights that just set the tone for the game. And as much as we can talk about all the craziness of Gyro late game, I felt like Stormstormer was the standout performer, because if not for like that ward that he dropped down that you're talking about, if not for his Aegis steal, I think that they probably run away with this game on Luna Galaxy. Gabby got the vision for the duels eventually from Stormstormer running in. He's my MVP at least.
So to be clear here, this is actually a below average length game now.
Okay, got it.
If you add all the minutes up today, we're averaging 64 minutes per game.
That's nuts.
I've never had this happen while casting. This is unbelievable. 6 games that took 385 minutes to complete.
It's been a long day of Dota, man.
Sir, that's 6 hours and 20 minutes.
Yeah, no, the below average game of 62 minutes. I don't know, like, so here's the thing. It's one of those weird situations where it's not guaranteed to happen every time though, right? But it is definitely possible that it could happen. Do you just plan for this now as a team, do you think? That it's going to go late no matter what? So, like, just choose a late scaling lineup?
It feels like we've got to be considering them at this point. I mean, typically I wouldn't advise it, but it seems to be leaning that way. Like, it doesn't appear to be avoidable at the moment right now, but I will avoid, if I'm Luna Galaxy, picking Medusa into Shadow Demon again, I will say.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't hate the pick because I get it. It is very beneficial compared to all these other matchups. Like, they have so much AoE damage. Like, these heroes are balanced around the fact they could do a lot of AoE damage. Gyrocopter, Emperor Spirit, even Legion Commander to some degree in terms of like the overwhelming odds and stuff. So
He's kind of impressed us in a way.
Yeah, I think his T sides in general, Yanko was talking about it as well. I think the foundation they're trying to build right now is getting stronger and stronger. Blamef is a hard worker as well. He's a grinder. Yeah. He's a massive nerd of the game of Counter-Strike. He lives and breathes the game. So in terms of watching demos, in terms of coming up with ideas and building in structure within a team,
to English to accommodate this guy. And that's clearly worked in some of the early tournaments these guys have played. I mean, their first official match on HLTV was a win over OG in an open qualifier. That shows you this team has got some promise about them. They're clearly not going to be a punching bag here, in my opinion. Maybe against Vitality, it's a different story. I wouldn't be surprised if this team causes maybe 1 or 2.
Doing that 96 always in the air. You have to watch out for 96, 986 and picking up that knight on f6. So there could be an immediate threat that Armin has to think about. He's shaking his head, not happy with his position.
I think it's gone. I don't see how he's going to, you know, as you say, he struggled to find a move here in actual fact. And White can just move the knight. He can build up as well. So, yeah, looking very good for Magnus at the moment.
Wow, interesting quote there from the Twitch chat. Knight on f5 being worth at least a queen. I would say that's slightly hyperbolic, but a knight on f5 is good. Bless you, Simon.
Was that a reaction to the court?
Yeah. Excuse me.
Reaction to Black's position here.
Yes. Take the camera away.
Great work there.
Yeah, cheers. Just put it on me as I sneeze and feel dishaggard.
But this knight on f5, that's not a knight, that's a dragon, that's a monster there. And yeah, it's all about White putting on the pressure on the f-file. And now he's really going down on the clock as well, under 6 minutes. But a position that's really hard to defend even if you had all the time in the world.
Yeah. I miss that phrase, Jovanka, Octo Knight, with its tentacles, 8 tentacles around there, the White Knight controlling so many squares. Yeah, beautiful piece.
It is a beautiful piece. And actually, I learned when the knight actually reaches the 6th row, this is a White Knight, reaches the 6th row and is supported, it doesn't become an Octo Knight. It is, in fact, the Kraken. So, yeah, there you go. Chess and storytelling. Yeah, I think it actually came from Peter Svidler.
He called it the Kraken.
And I mean, the sad state of the matter for Black is that they just have to sound the horn, retreat, and I like David's suggestion of just moving the knight back to protect his own king. And after all, one of the things when you are playing a defensive type of position, you just got to be optimistic. I mean, especially if you have such a position like this where you're expected 9 times out of 10 to lose. Magnus now striking in the center. You go back, I go forward, is what he says. No.
You know what I'd do if I was Black here?
Just resign.
Just resign.
With your t-shirt, Simon. We need it now.
I know. It is one of those moments, so you could be quite tempted, actually, and just go and have a nice dinner, takeaway, maybe a bit of Magnus's kebab or something.
I had a vision of you, like Superman, with your T-shirt on.
Really?
Yeah.
Very interesting to know that. Yeah. Do you want me to see?
Just resign.
Just resign.
But this position is big trouble for Black, and with that last pawn trade, it looks like Magnus has solved his central pawn structure problem and created another square for the knight to retreat to e3, where you can start targeting the f7 pawn. Amin shaking his head. He's trying to create some play of his own, but it looks like it's not going to be enough. Knight falls back to g3, c3 pawns defended, f7 hanging.
Smelly.
Yeah, it's getting worse and worse. Magnus is just slowly, methodically improving his pieces. Look at that. The knight on f5 was glorious, but it was in the way of White's queen and rook. So he maneuvers it.
When Device went there temporarily, we thought we were shifting in a new direction, but we've kind of always been searching since that point.
Well, it's because they've just been changing players.
Yes, but sometimes that's their own fault, and sometimes it hasn't been. We've had the LNZ stuff, the ZTR stuff.
It's not always their fault, but it's like, I don't know. At some point,
I guess we need to see defining factors from them here, because they have 3 matches guaranteed, right?
Yeah.
We need to see what we're searching for if we're going to look at, as opposed to the doom and gloom, which it feels that way at the moment. But if they can start defining, first of all, what does their map pool look like? Can they, where they're putting these players in these roles, will they look comfortable? Because Yanko's bang on. Like, in a lot of these situations, like, well, this guy doesn't feel like he's comfortable here. What's going on? Like,
look at a player like Res. We used to talk about him as being the X factor.
What was that? 2017 Oakland?
Yeah, 2017 Oakland. There you go, bro. But
One MVP.
Even the last couple of years, he's had moments where he was like the one shining light within NIP, and now all of a sudden he's moved into more of a, I wouldn't call it a supportive role, but he's the lowest rated player for NIP.
They actually, no, screw NIP.
Like what?
Screw NIP. Because NIP legit tried to sell us on Res being an AWPer. Like, they tried to sell us on that, and that was going to work, and that he can do that.
Can I play devil's advocate? What if Rez sold NIP on him being the AWPer?
No.
So you didn't think Rez went,
Usually that's how it goes. That's how I killed my own career.
No.
People come in and they go, yeah, I'll AWP.
Yeah.
And they go, no, I can do it. Because they've occasionally done a good job secondary AWPing or whatever. And then, look, here's the thing. If you're the owner of a team or a coach or whatever, and your roster is already screwed, I guess you're going to take whatever options are coming your way. But I don't think them as a team decided that. I think Rez probably
Hey, Chad, it's me, YNK, your good friend. Can you just send me 500 euros? I'm stuck in this, can you help me out? Yeah, can I sell you? If I sell you on that, is that your fault or mine?
It's my fault.
So it's not that he's selling them, it's that someone actually bought that from him, even if that's the case.
That's fair. He was selling something that shouldn't have been bought. Fair enough.
I think that circles back to the problem. It's a top-end problem when the NIP management, with how they structure the team, with how they haven't been able to build an identity for the past 2 or 3 years that we've been discussing, right? The players are good. The players have potential. They're just not put together in the right mix to perform. And whether that's the players' decisions or someone, from the top not making the right decisions, we can't for sure know. But
watch them go and win 16-6, 16-5.
And it can go back all the way to the Device thing, because you can't bring in Device and make him play with ZTR.
No, true, they should have built a champion team at the time.
Either don't bring him,
no, that's true,
or bring actually a full proper team around him.
Which is the problem we have with Device returning to Astralis, is we didn't think the supporting cast around him and Blaine were going to be enough to make them a top-level team. Which is why, when we look at a Buzz, and we go, okay, well, he played well, can he do it again?
Yeah, he has to, basically.
And then we can start getting a conversation of this being an Astralis that can contend for trophies. Because right now, even though they're the next closest team to Vitality in this group, are they in that conversation of the top teams in the Counter-Strike world? Probably not. They're probably just on the fringe. And this is where they can change that dialogue a little bit.
Should we revisit the last time these two teams played? You alluded to it. It was back in Cologne.
Yeah.
And it was a 16-6 all-round on both maps. 2-0 for Astralis. We didn't expect to see that.
No, not that big of a dominance from Astralis. I had them winning the game, of course, as I think Astralis have impressed us quite a lot. But winning 16-6, 16-6 like that, it's just a statement to where Astralis are in their process. And I think that's what's ironic to me, in a sense, that I think NIP should come into this tournament with the same same approach as Astralis, trying to find their identity, not necessarily focusing on the results, you know, focusing on just trying to play good Counter-Strike or having a good outlook on the server. I also sometimes read the body language of some of these NIP players.
Oh, there's a few tilters. There's a few tilters in there.
There's a few tilters. It just feels dead, you know. If it's not config yelling, then sometimes Hampus would. But apart from that, it doesn't feel like a synergized team at all. So I would like them to just change that outlook. And maybe we're looking at a team in NIP that has, you know, 10 problems. And instead of trying to fix all 10 problems in one tournament,
Headtrick's
just
good.
fix a couple.
Headtrick's good.
That's a nice,
good.
Yeah, nice take.
Well, I think with
Not back then, but normally.
Yeah, and one of the things I was looking through Headtrick's stats, like just over the last couple of series he's played, and there's always one map in a series where he popped off. Like he's got like a 1.2 or 1.4 rating or something like that. And then in a few of the other maps, he goes a bit missing. So I think consistency is probably what I want from Headtrick, because we know what he can offer. He's another one of these little coming out of the Eastern European side of the things with an AWP in his hands from birth.
hopper, baby.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
He's one of he's flashy enough, right? And I don't think, for a while, he was a question mark for me in this team, right? Of how is he going to be?
Considering the environment he's in, he's doing great.
Yeah, and but then it's the players around him who are the more experienced members, all of them. Every single one of the players around here is more experienced. They've all actually been in big tournaments. Hampus would be the only one I might be going, okay, he's only been in a couple, but the others have played like big kid tournaments for a long time, right?
It's a participation award, I guess, for
yeah.
that.
Yeah. No, but my point is more so that like this team, they shouldn't be lacking any of the vital parts
What
to
would
make,
you do?
you know,
What would you do to NIP if you were looking at that roster, looking to be a team? What would you do to fix that?
this is the thing. I might just go like, hey, let's just bring a Swedish team, right, and make it full Swedes. But then at the same time, we just spoke about one of their better players being Ukrainian. So I don't know. I think for NIP, if there was a strong Swedish scene and they could return to it, then they probably would want to. But that's off the cards. That's why they're not doing it, right? So I don't know. Do you go further international? Do you stay Nordic? I don't know.
It doesn't feel like NIP really would care too much about going back to full Swedish. You know, they're fine with being international.
At least for that, they're building something.
Just get better players.
Okay.
Get rid of Rez.
Who are we getting?
Get rid of Config. Probably get rid of Hampus or Brolin. All these players are like, they've been around for a long time. Like Rez is like 25, 26 now.
Yeah.
Like, you can get better support, get younger players than that. If he's just going to be, you don't need a 27-year-old rifler that's a support player. You just don't. You can find better options, cheaper on the market. I mean, you need to basically, you either give this roster like Pro League more, maybe one more tournament after that, blow it up completely and get into, it's also CS2. You're going to have all these guys have to play CS2. No, get some kids. When in doubt, always get a young player.
Yeah. Well,
just not have 5 of them.
Young versus old. We've got, I mean, Device isn't old by any means, but he's older than Headtrick. How are they going to fare in an all head-to-head?
I mean, there's no doubt that Device and the form he's been in lately has been nothing but phenomenal. You raised your hand saying that you didn't necessarily expect him coming out to be so good. I think the consistency he's playing with after such a long break is nothing but stellar, to be completely honest.
He looks scarier, I think. Like, he looks like he wants to go for more fights.
Have you seen how many times he has the AWP in hand and he's just charging down a player with a deagle or with a pistol? Like, almost wants to kill him on the server and eat him alive.
It's kind of one of the iconic things with Device when he was in the Astralis time. Like, he would always go to the AK when it was the most appropriate situation. It's almost the same thing with the pistol. It's like, well, why am I messing around with the AWP here? I can get this job done with anything, right? So I like that about Device. He doesn't just try and he's not going to force the AWP in situations where it's not going to work. He's the full package.
I think he's also proving why he's one of the greatest players we've had in CS:GO. You know, being able to come back after a break and really not just play well, but dominate opponents in games, play extremely well against some of the best teams. He had an amazing series against G2.
It's always been like that with him. It's always been like that. I remember when I started playing Counter-Strike, he was playing badminton at a high level, and he would probably play Counter-Strike once or twice a week, tops, and he would still be the best player within Denmark, the best talent. There was a time where he stopped his career for half a year. He didn't play Counter-Strike whatsoever, came back to the first Danish LAN, and was by far the best player at the LAN. That's how skilled he is. That's how talented and natural he is at playing Counter-Strike. So it's always been like that for him.
That is absolutely mental. Production, can we get the map, Vito?
Yeah, that'd
perhaps?
be nice.
Potentially? Because we had, what, Vertigo and Ancient last time around,
Yeah, I heard
right?
I spoke to the two guys, Blame F and Config, and there was some issues with the video.
I heard about this as well.
Crash or something.
We might have to get League Ops out to explain that one. They don't mind coming out. But there was definitely...
Do you know if they redid the video? Or
I don't know. Yeah. I know Trolls and
We've got it coming
Casper
in.
were talking about
Maybe
it.
we can get confirmation of what did exactly happen.
Because Blame F was not happy. Astralis was not happy.
Yeah, it felt like something could slip through the cracks there, didn't it? Okay, well, Mirage and Anubis bans us. We're in the huddle here. Okay,
That makes sense. Yeah.
Okay. Well, last time around we said it was Vertigo. So I think when I heard that's what I heard the second map was when I'd overheard the conversation. So
order is restored.
I don't know. I'm not sure. We like I said, we're going to talk to League Ops. I could go walking right now, but I don't want to put them officially on the mic.
A little bit of drama, stirring the pot, all the good stuff.
Well, we didn't bring any wooden spoons here. Vertigo is the third.
Vertigo last.
We still have. That's still the old Vertigo. We need to get a new Vertigo screenshot. That's got, we need. I don't
think that was the plan. I don't think Astralis wanted to play Vertigo as a third.
No, so you think that's where we fell off?
Okay.
I think Nuke was a ban by accident. I would reckon.
Accidental ban.
I like this.
Seen that before.
Yeah.
So I think we can send somebody out to kind of get this information when the game
Maybe
goes.
We can find a way. We've got a man on the street, I hear. In the boots. I don't know.
Well, I don't know. He might have just been fired after his last little outburst.
That's another reality check,
If it was
though,
up to
in that
you.
sense. It doesn't matter with the veto. It doesn't change anything for me whatsoever. I still think Astralis is going to win this game. I still think they're going to win 2-0. And even if they were to go to Vertigo, I still think Astralis will win. And I think that speaks volumes of how much we rate Astralis compared to the current iteration.
Well, that was they won Ancient and Vertigo last time, right? So I don't think they're too concerned anyway with that.
Yeah.
But I guess it's a different stance from NIP here. Did they wait for one another to finish to try and out-yell each other there? Or?
Yeah, that's going to help them.
Any NIP takers? Astralis?
I'm going to go with the Danes. I'm hot on the Danes at the moment.
You don't care?
No, I mean, I'm not going for. I'm not going for NIP. Like any other takers, like not me. I'm going for Astralis all the way. I'm an Astralis fan.
I guess
nowadays.
I have to go for NIP because you
they're
drafted.
Well, come on, we got Vitality.
True. Yeah. We're fine. We're fine.
Today we won't get a lot of wins, but in the future days we'll get more wins. We're thinking about who's going to win the group, so that's what we're saving ourselves for. Greyhound lost to Gamer Legion. That was a 2-map affair. That was an Anubis and an Ancient. So that was over pretty quickly. Obviously, the Movistar Fury game, and then right now on the B stream as well, we're gonna have Vitality.
Turns out it doesn't help Greyhound when they don't play a Vitality in the first round, or when they're not jet lagged.
I was waiting for that.
Apparently not.
More of the same.
Come on, man! I tried to offer him something today. I tried to give him. Yeah, but that is sad, isn't it?
It is sad.
That is real sad.
Or maybe you just don't care.
Yanko, you look so authoritative with this magic wand,
Poker.
the marshmallow on the end. Would you like to abracadabra us to a break?
All right. Got to break.
They were going to TA for sure. I feel like that was the pick, to be honest. Because, like, you have the Beastmaster, you have such good synergy with the timings, you have all this lockdown and control from Train Protector and Lion. All I saw them missing was damage, and instead they went for... Yeah, Conga does get some damage, but you know, he's mostly lockdown based. So whatever this last hero is has to be like the most raw, physical, beastly damage you can get. And you know you're playing a Phantom Assassin, which TA, you have refractions. Like,
right.
It looked pretty solid. The other YOLO hero is Morphling, I guess.
That's what I was thinking about.
Yeah.
It is
that's
still
a big
scary, too.
10 seconds remaining.
But maybe not, though. Maybe that's just what they go for, and it ends up being decent. It is still going to be a last pick, though, and AA is in the pool, but I guess you're not going to be running that.
Maybe they'll just TV, but then you're doing it into Grimstroke. I mean, it's the same issue with Morphling. Like, any of these high agi heroes. Are they crazy alk pickers?
Ooh, that's an interesting idea.
They did try it, but they lost the game, actually. I see now.
What do you want, Shad?
Oh, they won a game too, though. All right, it's fine. Yeah, he's alking.
Let's see it. I mean, it's still scary into PA, I feel like. And also, I don't know if Alk is somebody that you want at a 60-minute game. Which, again, is all that I can think about.
There is Bloodseeker, too.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, that's kind of something. And the crowd goes mild. Razor's like stuck into troll levels for me, where I just see it. I'm just like, what is a good Razor game right now? Because I just don't know anymore.
I also feel like this puts them on a bit of a timer. Maybe not. I don't know. It feels very weird. Like, I guess it depends on like how good their game ends up going. But if everybody's just like sitting back and farming, I feel like that's not where you want to be as a Razor. I feel like they need to get a lot of stuff done on Luna Galaxy. Look at this. 3 picks, 0% win rate on Razor.
Yeah. I was going to bring that up. We actually had him in the very first 2 games of this whole qualifier, which was Entity versus Nigma. He lost the 2 games, got ditched for game 3. Someone else was unfortunate enough to pick him, and he lost that too. And here he is. And your attempt to stay in the qualifiers to get your first chance here and get your game 2 and then game 3, maybe go right to TI, and you're going with the Razor. So they got to believe in this hero. There's no question about that. And they're going to play some pretty fast Dota here.
Right. They're going to have to. Maybe they have some ideas, too, of like sort of Aghanim Scepter to try and be the high ground breaking. I mean, we talked about that. So this is just a Stormstormer Classic going back for the Pango. I think an early timing from Luna Galaxy could be really strong, right? Kunkka loves to play fast. You can XTP yourself to keep yourself out on the map, moving out there quickly. And I think to a certain extent, Shad should at least win his lane in theory. I feel like this one could be a little bit tough for the old Gabby Katomi to deal with. We'll see, though.
Man, I would hope so, because they got to figure out something here. I just see these entity heroes, and I'm just like, all right, so I'm going to start prepping my entity interview questions here. If you guys want to send me any, that would be appreciated.
Well done, Trent.
Yeah, just let me know. You guys got any questions that you're burning to ask Entity in the winner's interview after this one?
You are spoiling them so much. Caster curse galore. Unbelievable.
I'm trying hard here, bud.
Yeah, you want game 3? Another 70-minute game 3?
I would love a game 3, frankly.
To be fair, I think that if we go to 70 minutes, Entity are probably taking this. That's what it feels like to me, at least.
I don't even know anymore. I feel like at 70 minutes, nothing matters. It's just like everyone has so many talents and these like tier 5 items that I feel like any combinations of heroes can win if you just get the first pick off. You know? Dota's a little bit wild in that sense. But yeah, overall, through the vast majority of that first hour, I do feel like Entity are going to be in a better spot. But the speed, momentum for Luna Galaxy going to be clutch here. Along with the Siggies, of course.
We're just going to our physics class right now. Speed and momentum and Siggies. As we go into this game number 2, let's see if they have what it takes. Entity 1 game away at this point from going to TI.
I'm sorry.
If they can make it happen.
I have to make a correction here. He's only a level 29 Treant Protector, not Grandmaster. Oh my goodness.
I think the real tell of how much of a psychopath you are is how many games you play of a hero after you get to level 30.
Yeah, that's true.
It's like, you got to be a real degenerate to just keep doing it. In other news, have
unlike
100
you,
games of Darkseer after level 30. but it's a hero that's been gone for a little bit. Okay, into this one. Already double bracer queued up for Kunkka. I think that Exantic's ability to move around the map and make kills happen is how I'm at least going to determine how good this game is going for them. But maybe, again, they believe in the late game capabilities of it, and they're not trying to play as fast. Who's to say?
Yes, the powers of the waterbender, as it were. That is the plan for the old Kunkka.
I do really like the way that Kunkka's like evolved over the years. I think that him being like a little bit of a spell casting mid that can scale too is pretty neat.
As opposed to just Armlet and Shadowblade.
Right.
And critting off of Soulcatcher.
Fishman, he's getting the treatment. A couple more hits is all he needs. And first blood taken by Devi Lama. He's another one that's going to need to be making a lot of movement happen early on here.
Yeah, it is Devi Lama Beastmaster. That's true. Can't be sleeping on this. Certainly one of his better heroes that I have seen. Guy loves it. And new and improved at level 1 is another big difference. Like, the Hawk is a lot worse in the overall game plan, but you can see like that, those bounty rune fights, if you can't take down the Hawk, it's just kind of free. Just like constantly rooting. Easy chase down with the boar. See how much they can get done in this, but a classic matchup as well. PA versus the Beastmaster. This used to be picked quite a bit versus the hero because Beastmaster is working with physical damage throughout the entire game. You have Inner Beast, everyone's getting more attack speed. Well, I have a bunch of evasion. And then on top of that, you have the daggers in the laning stage versus the summons can be very useful. So we see this matchup quite a bit.
Oh, yeah. And of course, a lane with a ton of sticks just right at the start of it as well. In the mid lane matchup, you can see Exantic starting with a little bit of the damage amp as well. Actually, some good damage there onto Watson as he went in for a second. But again, there's a lot of sticks in this lane. But yeah, he's going to have the advantage because he took the Quelling Blade, whereas for Stormstormer, just maxing out on those Iron Branches and trying to rush into the bottle as quickly as possible. He will be gaining it a little bit more quickly as Exantic is just pulling out a Bracer.
Yeah, this Iron Branches on their universal heroes. Okay. Very good. Yeah, looking to see how top develops for sure. How is Gabby going to do? You have a couple tools versus the Link that makes it not that threatening, I would say, right? Like we have Telekinesis throwback. You have the Celestial Hammer to just move yourself. So not saying that it's going to be like a bad matchup for Shad necessarily, but it's going to be hard to really secure those kills.
Right. And you can see already used there for a second. Does get the bonus 17 damage, so will help out a bit, but Lee's not going for the kill. He's going to be securing probably some pretty good CSing for himself. Well, bottom. Wow. Just able to move in. Also going in up top, trying to find the kill onto Shad as they're taking him down bottom too. Watson goes down, but so does Shad. So a little bit back and forth across these two lanes. Devi Lama very low, but Fishman can't finish off the job. And sitting pretty with his 18 stick charge.
And just abusing the 50-second cooldown on Link, right? Gabby just knows he has so much time to work with and just hits him with the full combo.
Yeah, that's really nice.
That's a bit too much for you to deal with right now.
And that was the counter pick, right? In lane. That doesn't feel great.
No, that is not what you are hoping for. When you know the matchup and that happens, the first pick that they had in the entire draft for the side of Entity at least.
Stun. Field Court gets a little separation, gets the salve off, not able to cancel that. They do kill off the Hawk. Blood Grenade misses, but Fishman still gets taken down. So Devi Lama getting off to a really good start here. And in fact, they managed to connect onto Watson. He is doing so much. Has another round of axes in 2-1-0. It is enough. Double kill Devi Lama.
The happiest mid player of the world right now, Exantic. He's like, oh, something's going right on one of my side lanes. Such good news for the Kunkka. Gonna have somewhere to rotate to later. I'm gonna have some more support help in my runes because of this. Life is good. And the Helm build this game, talking about this Beastmaster, obviously the Ags and the Helm both viable these days. Helm looking pretty solid.
Oh, yeah.
That's really going to appreciate with their general idea when they want to play this game, the tempo that they want to hit, and just pushing it down with that early summon. Gonna be the way to go here. As Shad hit again. Oh, he misses.
Although he does have those stick charges as well as the Lotus, and with the stun not connecting, Shad able to dodge it out. They're in position. He gets away fine. Much needed.
It's crazy that he can just punish the whole time, but whenever there's no link.
Right. Down bottom, as we're seeing that mid matchup go on, waiting for those level 6s to come around. Divine Llama looking to get aggressive again, maybe. He has his Hawk circling, but won't be able to go for anything, it looks like. But yeah, mid is going to be interesting to watch over the next couple of minutes here to see if they can do anything with that level 6. Kunkka's going to probably hit it first. Maybe not with this wave coming in.
I mean, he does have 6 denies, so probably.
Yeah. Collis up top, punches away. Shad still doing okay up here, 19-2. But it's Antic coming to lave now.
Nice, Ducalis.
Well played.
Good deny. Don't give him anything for free.
Gets level 6. Does he want to make anything happen? It's pretty hard to make a connection. Still hitting onto Stormstormer. Very annoying for that Pango, who now gets level 6. They're going to go on him. Drops the boat, drops everything. Mid lane, they get him. And Xantic hits the combination. He just went a little early, and he wasn't ready for it on Stormstormer.
Yeah, caught him with the reset there with the X. That was really well done.
And Katomi now.
Oh, that was nasty. Oh, that was so gross.
And Divine Llama takes the kill. Dude, he was in his brain.
Oh my god. Is Attacker at the keyboard? Oh, there's another glorious Kunkka. Oh, that was puke-inducing.
Yeah, that was sicky.
Oh my god, that's I love Kunkka so much. Oh my goodness.
Meanwhile, Watson down bottom. They use the Hurricane to pull him back in. Roar, dropping on his face. And now, with that TP canceled, they're pushing this tower. Dude, Luna Galaxy is like, we don't want to play a 60-minute game. We're taking this down. Everybody's tipping Divine Llama.
Yeah, the speed is great. This is what they got to do. I mean, they put themselves in a situation where they have to win their lanes like this. And yeah, top's not going that well, sure. But the other two are going great. So as long as Shad doesn't become a huge liability, I mean, he is going Midas. So I'm not sure what that says, but it doesn't matter. We're just going to ignore Shad. That's what his teammates are going to do. Shad, just go farm. We're killing everybody here.
Mid, Stormstormer, and looking for it. Couldn't quite get the connection of that Tidebringer. Oh my god, though. I mean, he is really putting the hurt onto him. A 4K gold lead at 7 minutes.
I'm still just thinking about that torrent.
Oh yeah,
so good. Field Core finally goes back for the Wisdom Rune here. That puts him to 5.5. So looking for a smoke pretty soon to link up with his Edzantic. You want to be getting that 6 as well. Of course, the Roar back in 30 seconds. Already heading in towards this jungle.
Yeah,
the bird here after knocking down that tower. The Violon looking to steal some of this farm. Ooh, that's a big step.
The other thing that I know you always talk about with Razor is the ability as Ducalis is going to get jumped on here. Wait a minute, Fisherman moving over too. They will connect. Look for the kill. Core moving over. Dawnbreaker ulti. The damage, it's going to be enough to take down the tree, but with Divine Llama moving in, they might be able to kill off Stormstormer. And in fact, one more round of axes, he's gone. So they take down 2 for 1.
Yeah, and they're pinging it from Kataomi. He's like, we need to farm this right now, man. Because if they come in here and take this, it's not good. This is just Rubik being selfish. He's like, please farm this for me. I don't want them to get it.
Yeah, I mean, they have to do this because, like, yeah, tower's going down. They're farming up those ancient stacks, or rather, excuse me, the hard camp stacks. They're not matching the tempo that Luna Galaxy has given them. It's way too quickly coming online for Luna.
And getting these kills, pulling all this attention towards mid, it's going to help out Shad.
Yeah.
Right? Like, now he has the gold for the Midas and just 200 more gold. That's going to fly out. It's going to feel better. Theo, of course, lurking around mid with ulti. Stormstormer doesn't actually have the jump out right now. And the Roar's still up, so they didn't need it for the kill.
Finger down. Stormstormer. Dude. He gets out.
Oh, wait. No.
Axis. Oh, my God. He sniped him. Dude, Divine Llama, who needs a roar? This man, when the freaking chips are down, he steps up to the plate. He is ready to go.
Oh, the caster curse is so powerful. It's working.
That's unbelievable.
Dude, I mean, they're playing perfectly. Like, Divine Llama absolutely crushed his lane, and he's just doing Beastmaster things, right? Like, no inner beast. I am the beast. Just throwing axes, summoning some absolute shenanigans around him.
Connection. Gabby in trouble. Gabby starting to fall. Hex can't get the hammer jump away. Ducalis takes the kill, and another tier 1 tower to fall. Katomi, he's also in trouble. Everybody that shows up here is just getting walloped. And it's off the back of Divine Llama. This guy is a gamer.
The holding of the roar, too, it's like he's playing Tidehunter when he's just running around this map. He's like, I'm not going to Ravage. I can still get this. I cannot believe he didn't roar Swordstormer. And then he still got the kill. That was absolutely ridiculous. Good news, though, for the Entity fans. He did get the Lance of Pursuit on Pango. So he does have quite a bit of extra damage thanks to that.
But look at how far away he is from getting Diffusal Blade. I mean, all of their heroes don't come online for forever. This PA pick, like, she's nowhere near a Battle Fury at all. I feel like this is the type of game that Luna can just snowball, but they've got to keep playing aggressively. If they rest on their laurels too much, it could start feeling bad.
Yeah, they also don't want to run into a really bad spot to fight versus Pango. I think he's dead.
Yeah, this is a problem. Shad also goes down to... Wait, what? He also went down. Wait a minute, maybe. Connect now onto 2. They walk back in to try and keep him alive. Lift the whole...
Oh, my goodness.
Drop down. My God. They brought more heroes to try and win this fight, and it went horrifically bad. Luna Galaxy, not like this. It was all going so well, and they take a fight over a stack of Ancients. And then the tip on Divine Llama. Oh, that one hurts.
That was so greedy. It's like the one spot on the map you don't want to fight Pango, right? He's going to get these free bounces, these free rolls. The Soulbind, I think he got double Fabled off with that Soulbind. Look how much damage Rubik did. He did 2,716. Stolen Earth Spike, double Fable with the Soulbind. So it's hitting onto everybody and just zapping through them all. It's actually such a good combo. It's just like Shadow Shaman, where you kind of don't expect how much damage it can output early, but when you catch everybody all clumped up like that, you see it. And you know what? He still gets the stacks off.
Oh my God, man. I feel sick after that. that was devastating.
I can't believe they lost all 5. Also, what happened? How did Gabby kill Shaq?
I don't know. I mean...